Why do we care about data? Why is it important? Why is it different than it has been 40 years back? 40 years ago, people were already embarking in this journey. The concept of a data warehouse, where we bring all of the organization's data into one central location and we all leverage it, is an idea that comes from the 1980s. So this is an old idea. Why is data suddenly in everybody's mind and every article that you read from a business school? And the difference is the following. When it comes to the speed with which you can realize insights, when it comes to the decisions that you can make, you can do so better with data. The other thing that has changed is that the world is producing data at a greater pace. That is, everything that you see around you is producing data. And not only that, we have the ability to capture that data. We also have now the resources to do so much faster. It used to be 40 years ago that you had to hire your data engineers. You had to have this perfect vision of what the data of the corporation was. You had to curate and build the schema for this organization. And you embarked on this multi-year journey to be able to realize it. We now understand that this is simply too rigid and this is simply too slow. In our modern infrastructure, with our modern tools, a great part of them which run on the cloud, we can go through this process at much greater speed. That is, we can capture from many more resources. We can stand up these architectures and these resources internal to the company where we pool our data in a much more flexible way. And we can bring many more expertise to it. So in short, what used to take years to do, now you can do in days. And this is a tremendous difference. The other big difference is that given the architecture, given the resources that we have, we can now start to consider democratizing this data and giving everybody else in the organization access to it. For all of the history going back, and for most of the state of the current corporations, only 10 to 20% of the people have access to the data. And that is because they are in an old arrangement. They require too much expertise to be able to access this information. And so modern technologies, the cloud, and many of the other changes that have taken place give you access. Much in the same way you can now make your own reservations for an airplane, and before you couldn't. Now you're starting to get that opportunity to get access to data yourself and become your own data scientist on demand. And many of the tools, and I'll mention here low code or no code, make it possible that you can access data without having to have the deep technical expertise. So when it comes to the vision of the data-driven corporation, all of these changes make it possible.